Is it sun bright or out on my core? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here to talk about Chris Brown because apparently in the last few days he has pled not guilty. Sorry, Chris Brown. He has pled not guilty for 2 additional charges that they are claiming for this case for just for Chris Brown and Abraham. So this is apparently how it's going. I'm not sure if these 2 charges were there originally, or if they're just stacking on charges as the trial and case is pending. Because he has denied. First off, he's pretty much denying being guilty for everything, which I totally get, Chris Brown, for sure. But especially towards the fact that a lot of these charges is saying that he has caused bodily harm or egregious bodily damages and stuff like that. So I'm not exactly sure if they're trying to make this like a battery and assault attempt of M. So it's looking a bit questionable with these charges. However, he still has to wait until October 24th of 2026 to face his trial. Now, I read in this article, you guys tell me if this is how it is. I thought it was the case, but I'm getting mixed answers apparently. I thought Chris Brown was supposed to be staying in the UK until he faces his trial. But I'm like, if that's not a typo and that's just 2026, a whole year and a half from now, what is Chris Brown going to do about the rest of his tour if he's literally not supposed to leave UK? However, I thought he was able to leave the UK only to do his tour, but then come back when it's come due time for trial. So you guys tell me about that misconception. Which one is it? I'm not quite sure. However, he has quite a while to his trial date, and I just want to know, how's Chris Brown feeling? Because are they trying to make him an example overseas in a different country? I mean, at this point, can we say it's his fault for landing in the UK? But it's not like it's a whole mess. It's tricky. It's slippery. I honestly don't know for Chris Brown, honestly. I hope this goes in his favor. That's honestly why I'm going to pull some cards. I just want to see how the situation is going for him, quite honestly. Because let's see what some of these charges were. A plea not guilty to causing actual bodily harm to the music producer, and he also denied the charge of having an offensive weapon, aka a tequila bottle. That's what they call an offensive weapon. So they are literally saying that he was armed in a sense, and that's what he used in the alleged attack. So that was the weapon of offense. So because of that, and the prosecutors are also saying, sorry guys, cat hair, honestly. Prosecutors are saying that the alleged incident was unprovoked. So, with that being said, let's just see about this court case and how it's going for Chris Brown. Is it looking in his favor? Is it not looking in his favor? Is he guilty? Is he not guilty? Let's just pull some cards and see what we can find out about Chris Brown in this court case in the UK / London, Manchester to be exact, or at least where that incident had occurred in 2023. Sorry. Okay. Shuffle up the cards. Chris Brown, how's the court case going for you? Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had to reshuffle those cards because I was not a fan of them because some of the cards from my previous reading had just came out. It was really only two, but they came out back to back and I wasn't feeling it. So because of that, I pulled out some more cards. I reshuffled. So here we have the Two of Swords. Seems like the cards are ready to speak now. Ooh, Justice. Like that. Ooh, the World card. Even better. Great. Okay, the Seven of Swords. That's Seven of Swords, the Seven of Wands. I'm honestly enjoying this. I'm enjoying this spread. And then the Mother of Wands. Okay, much better. Much better, honestly. But also just the fact that everything in here symbolizes a sense of being on the defense or protecting or guarding oneself. Why? Right off the bat, immediately, Two of Swords. That symbolizes a sense of isolating yourself or a sense of being combative. Combative in the sense that you're going to defend yourself, stand your ground. If anything, like, because usually somebody like this, so if they like try to come up to you, even though you can't see, like your third sense, like you just got that intuitive sense that you know that everything's got, like everything is gonna like work out in your like divine favor, if you want to think about that, just like trusting the process, as they say. And that's exactly the way Chris Brown is feeling towards this court case. And why? Because exactly where he's stemming from is the World card. And the World card is all about coming to a complete cycle after all this happened to happen on his tour that happens to celebrate his 20-year anniversary of being an artist. So like I've said and been saying every time I talk about him, his past keeps coming up against him. Every time it's something celebratory, every time it's something that's good in Chris Brown's favor, his past just happens to keep coming up full circle, every time, it never ceases to fail, that something just pops up to put a damper on his parade, on his success, on his happiness, on his joy. I'm just saying it, that's just how it looks like. But the World card symbolizes maybe that's a chapter of his life that is closing, and that this is something that needed to happen on this tour. So that way, moving forward from now, his past is no longer going to hold him back, depending on how this court case goes, which is why he's trying to defend himself, trying to say, no, I'm not guilty. Like, I understand that I've been prone to violence. I know I've been erratic, but you can't say that I caused bodily damage, caused somebody to go to the hospital, basically have facial reconstruction, as Abe is saying. So Chris Brown's like, I'm not going to allow you guys to attach something to my name just because you think I did one thing. So because of that, that's why we see here at the very top the Seven of Wands, symbolizing defending, backing off everything that's trying to come up against you. He's like, yeah, I may be this, I may be that, I may have done this, but I haven't done that or that. He's like, I have enough cognition and recollection to know what I have done in the past, even if I might have been a little bit intoxicated, was drinking some Don Julio. When I was drinking that Don Julio, doesn't mean that I don't know what was going on. Not like I popped off, went insane, blacked out, and did some whack stuff as he's trying to claim. So because of that, he feels as though justice is going to be on his side as long as he stands his ground, not allowed to be persuaded, not allow his legal team to be like, hey, just plead guilty and you'll get a few years off of this. Or just, hey, they're going to draw this out till 2026. Do you really want to wait a whole year or so to really do this case? Why don't you just pay out now? You know the things that they try to get you to do to hurry up the case, especially when you are what's the best way to put it? A celebrity that has obligations and duties to fulfill. This slight inconvenience, why not just pay off the money and let bygones be bygones and move on with your day? Why not? And Chris Brown is literally standing up for himself, his name, his legacy, and he's just like, no, I'm not going to say that I'm guilty just to get this off of my hands, just to get this over with. and just because this is going to be labeled against me. It's like, because it's like, I'm tired of having this image, this label, this stigma against me, that I'm finally wanting to defend it. I'm finally ready to address it. And I'm going to be honest where I need to be honest. And I'm going to stand my ground when I need to stand my ground. And if I need to pay my respects, if I need to stand up and take some responsibility, I will. But if I didn't do it, I didn't do it. And that's exactly what we see here with this Mother of Wands in the future, where he's seen protecting the goods. And the goods is his legacy, his image. Maybe the eggs could symbolize like the money the fertility, basically the fruit of his labor, the energy that he's putting, the success that he's accumulated for 2 decades. Does it really need to go all down the drain just because he has been prone to be venomous, prone to snap, prone to be a bit snakish? Should his future really be determined when maybe it was all out of defense? Sure, it's in his nature, but if he learns to control it, why should it be something that should be held against him forever and a day? So because of that, that's how he's feeling about, and that's how he's hoping that this court case is. He's going to take every chance he can get to defend himself, to defend his legacy, and to defend his goods, his assets, whatever it is that he's trying to not allow media to misconstrue the image and how this is going. So let's just pull some oracle cards for the outcome with this court case, or just how about just like right now, because that's like a whole year from now. I'm not here to forecast. I'm just here to see how Chris Brown is doing in this moment with all these additional charges being added. Feeling like, does he feel like he's being targeted? Yes. Does he feel like he's being used as an example? Yes. So we see here the Mountain card and a gray mouse. Ooh. Not quite a black mouse. I don't think there's a black mouse in here, but not quite a white mouse either. So there is some tainting along the way. And that could be about his image. There is some hope in the future for his image. There is hope for Chris Brown moving forward with his career. However, there is this current moment, a current block, a current thorn in his side, or as we like to joke over here, and if you know, the knife in the kidneys. It's what he's just got that one thing that is bothering him, and that he's trying so hard. Like, I don't want to say he's making a mountain out of a molehill. Well, people have made a mountain out of a molehill. They have used this against Chris Brown, hold it against Chris Brown, taken opportunities from Chris Brown. And yet again, it is still popping up. Like I said, the past just continues to repeat itself. It's that continuous cycle and cycle. When is the pattern going to break? When are you going to get over the mountain? When are you going to get around the mountain? When is the mountain no longer going to be your block? Basically. And we see here that through the gray mouse, through some adaptability and being resourceful, whether that's having to have a legal team, whether that's maybe having to pay underneath the table, who knows? Hey, celebrities these days, but anything that he needs to do to beat this allegation and to not have anything attached more to his name than needs be. That's what he really wants to come out. He knows he's going to come out scathed, but he doesn't want to come off completely scalped. So because of that, he's just like, if I can get as much off as I can that just isn't true, that is just lies, that is just fabricated to make me look bad, to play into the stigma, to play into this narrative, then I'm willing to fight up, go against it, defend it. It's time. There just comes a point in your life where you get tired, and that seems exactly where Chris Brown is. It's like I'm saying it jokingly, but kind of seriously. He's putting on his big boy pants, and he's just like, all right, I'm going to dress in daddy shoes, and we going to do this thing right. We're going to take it on like a man, basically. He's like, I'm ready to take responsibility, accountability, but you're not going to just attach anything to me. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Chris Brown. I sure did. And hopefully it seems like if he keeps fighting, if he continues to fight, the case will go in his favor. So with that being said, let's hope he doesn't lose courage along the way. Please, Chris Brown, do not. Keep up the good work and the resilience. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. And with that being said, please leave your comments down below. How do you feel about this court case with Chris Brown? Do you feel as though it is just something, a money grab, something just to take down another black man? I mean, how are you guys feeling about this? Do you feel as Chris Brown's finally learning his lesson? Do you feel like he's a changed man? Let me know. Let me know all that down below in the comments down below. And please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't given this a thumbs up already. If you enjoyed this content, if you enjoyed this reading, if you enjoyed this positive message. But more importantly, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really mean a lot to the channel. We would really appreciate it. Please and thank you so much. And with that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers!